from the barbecue. The one with the creepy...
Hey, now, let me tell you something now. Let me tell y'all something right now, okay? This shirt right here, I bought this shirt in 1974 down in Columbus, South Carolina, when I went to go see James Brown down there. You understand what I'm saying, Charlotte? Let me tell you something right now. This shirt right here got history on it. You understand? That's what I'm trying to tell you right now. Come on in, y'all. How y'all doing? This Uncle, what you call me? Uncle who?
Fred.
Uncle Fred, okay? Uncle Fred here for y'all today. I took place at Jay. I got my shirt on. Got my turtle shirt.
His wrinkled turtle shirt.
It's all good though, baby. It's all good though, baby. No, let me tell you something. Let me tell you something. Who's on the show today now?
Today we have the pleasure of Senator Tizzy.
Mm-hmm. Senator Elizabeth Tizzy Lockman.
Yes.
Yes.
And we also have Sara Crawford and Wright, who are going to tell us about their artistic installment through style and photos and video.
Now y'all see that I got some style right here right now. Y'all see? You understand? This right here, that's that style. Now, when Sara come on this goddamn, when she come on here, she gonna say something about this shirt and you're gonna like it. You know what I'm saying? You're gonna learn today though, Charlotte.
Make sure you guys are continuing to check appointments to get your vaccine if you are 50 and older. Stop.
Hey Sam, you see my Old Spice? I gotta find my Old Spice.
This is too much.
Oh, I'm sorry.
This is too much. If you're 50 and older, please continue to call to make your appointment because you're now eligible to get your vaccine. And also, if you're 16 and older with a autoimmune disease nope.
Okay.
We done. We done.
We're
See,
done. Okay, we're done.
This is one of them times.
Because I can do this all show.
Woo! Wear your masks. Wear your masks. So, Delaware is this close. You see that?
Yeah.
This close to passing.
They're a seed close.
To legalizing the marijuana.
Yeah.
The Mary Jane.
Listen, I don't take part in that, but I support people who do, and I support the potential, financial win that the state could see by using it. It's going to happen either way. It's no different to me than prohibition. You know what I mean? There was a time when you couldn't gain access to alcohol because of all these, puritanical reasons. And I am looking forward to, people being able to do that without risking fines and jail time for something that's going to happen either way.
Yes. So Delaware State Auditor Kathy McGinnis says that Delaware could create $215 million industry, create 1,400 jobs, and bring in $40 million.
Go ahead.
Why can't I speak today?
You're good.
$40 million in revenue.
Because you got yourself stuck up in my vibe right now, didn't you, girl? Didn't you get stuck up in Uncle Jeff's vibe?
States like Washington and Colorado.
You ain't got your shook shouting. It's okay. You can speak. You can speak right now. Go ahead and say something.
States like Washington and Colorado.
Wait a minute. So
they are using the money from their marijuana sales to funnel money into the community. So there are so many things in Delaware we could put money towards from these sales.
I'm actually kind of confused as to how I don't know if it is a partisan issue, if it's like a Democratic or Republican issue, or if it's kind of there are people on both sides of the aisle who are supporting and not supporting it. But the thing about that, it's kind of weird to me, is I don't see how it could be, because it's really not a part of the political spectrum. Everyone uses marijuana. I don't care how liberal or conservative. I would guess that a large portion of Trump supporters, for instance, are people who consume cannabis. So I don't know why it's even such an issue at this point, to be honest.
I think it's just the stigma, like in school.
Yeah.
Remember what was it? The commercials where they would talk like the girl was sitting in the chair and she was completely deflated, and it was because she was high.
Sure.
Like, you have all those things from when you're in school, and them calling it a gateway drug. I mean, listen.
But
I mean, everybody.
Let's just make a huge list of all of the terrible things that people have done when under the influence of alcohol.
Right.
So it doesn't add up to me. But I hope that it passes for a lot of different reasons. Period.
Yeah.
You know.
So
Let's get it done.
we'll see what happens, and hopefully, like I said on a previous show, if it passes and when it passes, let's hope that something also passes for the people who have been arrested and been convicted for, marijuana crimes and things like that, because you can't put people in jail and then start benefiting off of what you put them in jail for.
Yeah. And also, I'll say this too, honestly. Whatever you do, use it responsibly, please, because I'm telling you.
Be responsible,
no,
yes.
Nadj, literally, I don't care what time of year it is, and I tell my wife this all the time. There is almost never a time when I'm on my motorcycle where I don't smell cannabis coming from someone's vehicle. Like, literally every single time I'm on my motorcycle, and if I stop or pull behind somebody's car over the course of, say, an hour on the bike, I will smell it. Please don't do that.
They should employ you to be like a canine unit, because you've obviously got a knack for smelling.
Well,
Nope, we're not doing it. We're not doing it.
Okay. Yeah.
In other news, the UNCF, United Negro College Fund, just appointed its first black chair in 77 years.
It doesn't even sound right. I mean, great.
Like, oh, wow, the United Negro College Fund. It don't make no sense.
It really
doesn't.
doesn't.
It was founded by Frederick D. Patterson, a black man, but it was funded by white men.
Which,
like
70 years
John
ago,
D.
I understand
Rockefeller.
that.
Yes.
Sure, great.
But so the whole board was all white.
Sure. And I get that 70 years ago. But for us to be, I'm glad that it's happening.
Yes, Milton C. Jones is now the chair of the United Negro College Board.
It just makes sense that black people would know more about what we need educationally than anyone else. And that's not even like, I would also imagine that, people from Turkish people, that they understand more than anyone else what Turkish people need. It's just that simple to me, Like if I were to fund a Turkish foundation for access to music, I would, probably have the organization primarily run by people who are Turkish.
Run by the community.
I'm trying to help, but what do I know? You know what I'm saying? It just kind of makes sense. But hey, we're glad it's happening.
Like, congratulations. Let's just hope that we continue to pave the way for our people.
Got to do the arm. The Black Power swing.
Okay. So, in celebrity news.
Let's do it. Because we got some good stuff over this past week.
The celebrities been acting up. They've been acting up. So
I didn't even know that half of them were celebrities. I didn't even know these people, but they are, and I'm old, so I miss things.
Jay is olding again.
No,
don't do it. No,
you call me old. You know who's coming back? I'm gonna show you old. I'm gonna show you old shot.
No.
I'm gonna show you old shot.
Please stop. So cuffing season is now over, and we have 3 relationships that are ending right at the end of cuffing season. So we got Saweetie and Quavo. Mind you, Quavo done spent about $2 million on Saweetie.
What do you mean?
$2 million on gifts.
On gifts.
On gifts.
Like just over the course of their relationship?
Yes.
Wouldn't that be nice to be able to do that?
Let me tell you something. $2 million. Am I not cute?
Oh.
Ishmael, is that what?
It's not about the money. But if I had it.
It's not about the money, but.
If I had it, like Lisa, listen, my wife is priceless. You know what I'm saying? So if.
That is the basic. Woo! That is so basic. You're priceless, baby.
So if I had it, I would spend it.
Ain't no gift in the world that can sum up how much I love you. Bye, boy.
If I had $2 million,
and
my wife said she wanted it for something, I would give it to her if I had it, without a question.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I'm cheap. I don't need anything.
We know. J-Lo and A-Rod have now officially split after some back and forth. The wedding is off, baby. This is what, the third, fourth, fifth, 12th? J-Lo, honey, what's going on?
Hey, she just likes
but I did hear he cheated. Apparently Quavo cheated, and then I heard A-Rod cheated. And I was reading some comments online. They was like, obviously something must be wrong with J-Lo
Which is
if
messed
he's
up.
cheating.
That's
And
not
I'm
cool.
like, listen,
That's not cool.
a man that don't want to be kept cannot be kept. There is nothing a woman can do.
It has nothing to do
So-
with her. I mean, it might, but you can't say that. Like
No,
that's
don't
not.
base your worth off a man wanting to stay with you or wanting to be with another woman. It has
Yeah.
nothing to do with
It
you.
really
It has
has
everything
nothing
to do with him.
that.
So we got J-Lo and A-Rod. And then we have comedian Gary Owen and his wife
Oh,
who are
really?
divorcing after 18 years.
I like him as a comedian. I don't know anything
Yes.
about why they're divorcing, but he's a funny guy.
Well, his jokes is, I don't know what he gonna joke about now because he no longer gonna have a black wife.
Well, he can joke. I gotta be appropriate on the air on a Monday. It's a Monday morning, so we're not going to say inappropriate things.
He just had a come to Jesus
had
meeting with himself.
You know, and his whole bit about going to black church was really funny.
Listen.
It's one of the funniest bits, like because it was so real.
And we're not uninviting him to the cookout now because he's no longer married to a black woman. But Gary, what are we gonna do with you, honey?
Yeah.
I don't know what's going.
Maybe he'll be in Philadelphia sometime. Trying to experience the city of brotherly
Auditions
love.
for a new wife is now open, Gary.
Maybe me and Gary. You know, I know Gary from way back.
All right.
Oh, okay.
Then we have Demi Lovato, who is sis.
What's wrong?
She has another documentary coming out
Okay.
about her overdose and
that's not good.
her recovery, drug recovery.
Recovery's good.
Yes, but it's like I want something good. Like let's talk about your new music. Let's talk about.
Does she have any music coming out? New music coming out?
I think she just dropped a single a little bit ago, but
Okay.
it's just it's back to back to back to back, and I'm like, come on, girl. I understand that it's something to talk about,
Right.
but there's more to you than just your drug use and your mental illnesses. Like, there's more to you than that.
I understand what
you're
you're
a
saying.
talented, beautiful individual. Give us more.
So you think that she focuses on the negative parts of herself, and she should show us more of all of the positive things?
Yes, because
Yeah.
literally for the last few years, her team has like really pushed this narrative that
I wonder
she's
why.
a drug addict, she's a recovering addict, she's miserable, depressed. I'm like, I'm sure she likes tasty cakes and walking on the beach and likes to go to animal shelters. Like, come on, give us something more.
So on one hand, like it's like America loves to see, and people like to see people overcoming. You know what I mean?
Which is great. Yes,
Which is great.
That's great. We
But
have
if
many examples of that.
We have a lot, and like I guess the point maybe is to give us your whole self and not. You know,
Yes.
because I do think that. That there is something to be said about, I'm moving around too much, about like a self-fulfilling prophecy. You know, in as much as you're supposed to recognize your flaws and the things that you need to correct, like speaking things into existence are real, and you can kind of create a sort of psychological feedback loop. You know what I'm saying? And you don't want to do that.
And you don't want your narrative to be just about drug use and recovery and depression and like. I want if that's a part of my story, that's one thing, but it's
tell the
not
whole
my
story.
only story, right?
Give us some good music, honey. Right?
Yes, because the girl voice,
Yeah.
oh my gosh,
Yeah.
it's impeccable.
Yeah.
Like she should be up there with Ariana Grande because they're like all Disney or Nick kids or whatever. So
that's that's a whole problem
that's
itself.
a whole other subject.
That's a whole segment, subject, conversation that can go for a long time.
But Demi, we love you. Give us more. Give us you. The good parts.
Give us the light. Show us the light.
The light.
We need that.
Yes.
We need lights in these times, especially now. So give us some.
Yes.
I dig it.
Then we have
Oh no.
Dump Trump is about to release his own social media platform to address the American people.
Have at it.
Who
Join
will
it.
all sign up for it.
Have at it. I don't care. Great.
Jay's on the waiting list.
Yep. So, I'm not. But you know, if you want to listen to what he has to say, you have a right to. I have no problems with that.
He's got the best people working on this platform.
And leave it at that. Join it. I don't care what you do. I won't be on there. But if you want to hear more from Donald Trump because you miss his absence on
He's been banned
Twitter,
from everything.
Hey,
Even Pinterest. You don't even talk on Pinterest.
Now that's funny. Is that true that he was? There's no. You made that up.
Yes, there's a whole list of platforms that banned him. And Pinterest is one of them. And I was like, bro, you don't even get to
Pinterest
talk.
seems like. I don't know.
It's literally clicking on pictures.
It seems like Pinterest is run by someone's nice grandmom, you know what I mean, who makes nice
Stylish
pie.
auntie.
Okay, fine, but
Yeah.
like she would kind of let, but she banned him too.
She was like, he got to go.
No, that's too
he
much.
got to go.
That's really funny. But listen, he's got his own thing. Great. It's welcome to America. You can do your own thing and, have fun with Trump if you want to see him. He'll be coming back to you soon. Yay!
Yay!
Mm-hmm.
Well, we have a great show ahead. Please stay tuned in, and we'll talk to you.
Senator Elizabeth Tizzy.
That's his friend. That's his friend.
Listen, we got Senator Elizabeth Tizzy Lockman coming to you next, and it's going to be great.
Yay!
What's up? It's your girl Desi, and now it's time for the good news. Now listen, this morning I'm giving my Mr. Rogers vibe. I hope that you're feeling it. That was one of my favorite shows back in the day. Listen guys, remember to follow us at DETVCH.com because you may hear your quote. Today's quote is coming from Breezy215 on Instagram, and it says, "Knowledge speaks, but wisdom listens." Once again, knowledge speaks, but wisdom listens. You ever wonder why you have 2 ears and 1 mouth? Yeah, it's because knowledge speaks, but wisdom listens. All right, you guys, listen. You want to hear your quote? Follow DETVCH.com.
Welcome back, everybody, and I am stoked to talk to my buddy, and I could say a whole lot about her, but you guys already heard at the beginning of the show. Welcome to Good Morning Wilmington for the first time, Senator Elizabeth Tizzy Lockman. What's going on? How you doing?
Tizzy.
Cousin Tizzy, officially now.
I've been waiting for this moment.
Right. So let's be serious here, okay? I know that I kind of, what I did
Wait.
was, oh.
Congratulations on your recent nuptials.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Perfect, because I'm going to pull the bait and switch on you right now. I said that we're going to bring you in to talk about minimum wage, but really, all I wanted you to do is talk about how awesome the band was for your wedding.
The best band you could ever have.
The best band ever. No, I'm playing. So, congratulations on that again. That was a really good time. But let's just get right into it. Right now, you are in the midst of working on changing the minimum wage in the state of Delaware to $15. So can you just tell us what that entails, where we are in the process, and then we'll go from there.
Sure. So yeah, we're in the middle of legislative session right now. It is, all coming hot and heavy. And we have a range of priorities, I would say, as the Delaware State Senate, since I'm part of that chamber. And, a lot of really key policies to help people thrive, and get their economic footing. And minimum wage, of course, is like cornerstone of that. And so my colleague, Senator Jack Walsh, he is the lead sponsor on that particular bill. It's Senate Bill 15, for those who want to read up more about it, matches the $15 minimum wage. And it's actually a pretty simple bill. What it does is it maps out a path for us to go from our current minimum wage level up to a $15 minimum wage by 2025. And it staggers it, in chunks. I think there's different intervals of how much it's going to go up, and not starting until January 1 of this coming year. So there were, Senator Walsh did a phenomenal job of talking to different folks who had concerns. We do hear a lot from businesses and things like that, and making sure that this could be, could truly work for everyone. And so we ended up with a fairly simple bill getting us to 15. And we do believe, obviously, if someone's working a day's work, a full-time week's work, they deserve to be able to pay their bills and not just barely. And this is a really important part of that. So we really wanted to break down a lot of those myths about who gets paid the minimum wage, how many folks in our state get paid the minimum wage, and the type of impact it's going to have on our economy, which, you hear a lot of like very sky is falling rhetoric around it from businesses, which we can understand. But we also heard from business leaders who are already, practicing this, and say what a wonderful impact it has on the way that they do business to have employees who have that stability and have that economic capacity in their lives. So we think it's going to be great for the economy, great for individuals, really excited. And it passed the Senate chamber last week. and we'll be going over to the House for a vote.
So I know, so you said stability, and I completely agree. Like, people should be able to pay their bills. What are some of the, I guess, rebuttals or the negative side of the $15 minimum wage that you were hearing or you have been hearing?
So a lot of the things that you'll hear, is that it's going to be too much of a burden on businesses, particularly small businesses. We are, of course, sympathetic to that concern. We hear folks say things like, it's just teenagers out there that are working for the minimum wage. But we looked at the statistics, and it's simply not so. There's a large portion of those earning the minimum wage or over the age of 25 are trying to raise families, oftentimes are women leading households with children, oftentimes single mothers of color, very disproportionately are earning those wages and finding it really hard to get a foothold. So we heard a lot of that it's going to put people out of business. It's going to encourage certain types of businesses like a grocery store to automate and those types of things. And we really looked at evidence in other places that have started moving in this direction, and it just doesn't really hold. There's other compensating factors that make the case, because folks are earning this wage, they are going to be taxpayers. It is going to help us to make other types of investments in our state as well. And then kind of on the flip side of that, maybe more from the progressive lens, it's like $15 still is not like a living wage. It's not what you'll hear people call a housing wage, so it really is still just about getting that foothold, because we want people to be getting paid way above the minimum ultimately, through getting the skills they need to have higher earning positions and those types of things. It's still a starting point. It's a minimum. But again, it doesn't exactly reach that threshold of where you're not living paycheck to paycheck either necessarily. So those are some of the different things that you hear that sort of question where we landed. And there are still more wage bills coming to try to address some of these, just to pay less to youth or folks training. We have a sub-minimum wage for people with disabilities. And we actually still have a wage for servers. So, our folks in our restaurants who have had to go through so much this year, that's not really in sync with, what they should be paid. We know they get paid less because they're getting tips, but we could still probably bump that up and be consistent with what we're doing in terms of the $15 minimum wage. It wouldn't be 15, but yeah.
So can you break down some of the steps? Like, how do we get there over these 5 years? How do we go from where we are now to where we want to be?
And also with the follow-up, how are you, I don't know if this is in the plan, but are you following up with the businesses to keep them from upping their prices as the minimum wage goes up?
Sure. So I'm pulling it up so I can give you the exact right numbers, because sometimes I don't have it offhand. But so in terms of following up the businesses, I have a lot of colleagues who are really great about that and have certainly advocated for our small businesses and want to make sure that we are tracking and analyzing data on how they're doing and faring under the minimum wage. I mean, of course, the economy is its own, sort of ecosystem, and we don't have the ability to tell folks they can't raise their prices for customers, but they're going to do what they need to do to cover their costs and still have customers. So I think the fact that as customers we're not going to show up if prices are jacked way up should hopefully have that impact in and of itself. But again, as government, that's not something that we control. But in terms of the steps, so here's what we're looking at over the next few years. So as of January 1, 2022, minimum wage will go up to $10.50. As of January 1, 2023, it'll go up to $11.75. As of January 1, 2024, it'll be up to $13.25. And then finally, January 1 of 2025, it'll be $15 an hour.
Now, how does that impact restaurants? Because it's very different, if you are a server, a bartender.
That's like $2 plus tips.
Right. So how does it affect them? Does that change at all, that situation?
That does not change. So you have that server wage, which is different. Now it's $2 and some change. I don't know exactly what it is, because the expectation is that you get tips, and there's also, policy in place so that most restaurants follow that kind of do align with minimum wage. So in that sense, we're raising that bar. So what do restaurants need to do to sort of keep their folks in alignment with that bar is definitely going to be a dynamic that they're going to have to think about. But we're not mandating all of a sudden that your server gets $15 an hour. If that's, if they're bringing people up, pooling tips and that kind of thing, that certainly could be a factor. But as I said, there is a separate piece of legislation that's under consideration in even bringing up that base pay for servers, but this does not do that.
So I'm going to just a couple more questions about the specifics of what we're talking about now. So how close are we to having the governor sign it at this point? Like, how close do you think we are? I mean, do we have the votes, do you think, number one? And number two, like, within what kind of a time frame do you think we'll get everything signed, if it does get signed?
Excellent question. I love the process question. So it has passed the Delaware State Senate. And so now it moves to be heard in committee in the House, and then we'll go to the floor in the House to be passed there. I would expect it'll be after we have our Easter break, which is coming up in the first half of April. So that'll probably happen at the end of April. And then, hopefully the governor will be eager to sign it after that. And in terms of the support, in my chamber, the Senate Democratic Caucus, we all signed on as sponsors. So like, we vote on bills you may or may not believe it to put your name on it. Every single Democrat in the Senate put their names on it. That's how we knew it was going to pass, right? In the House, the last time I checked, I believe 18 of the House Democrats were signed on to the minimum wage bill. So that's a great sign. In the House, we need 21 out of the 41 votes in order for it to pass. So outlook is good. Outlook is good, but it certainly wouldn't hurt for folks out there to, email your representative and let them know how important it is to you that we continue to follow through and get this done.
Gotcha.
Wasn't there an article that came out that stated the governor denied or
No, so Senator Coons and Carper voted against the minimum wage being 15. I guess, was that a national mandate that they voted against? To make sure I'm saying that the right way. Is that correct? It was sort of part of the federal aid package related to COVID relief. So I believe it was Senator, Bernie Sanders who brought in the $15 minimum wage as a federal policy. So it would just be blanket across the country. And they did not support that, at this time for a few reasons of what they wanted to see in the bill, or even how they, I think, wanted it to be couched in another policy or however that might be. So we don't have it on the federal level. Our state senators did not support it in the form that it came before them. And so, we felt even more confident that this was something that we could do as a state, get it done for Delaware. Right. I mean, and I think that's actually a really good reason to understand the process. You know what I'm saying? Because, just because it doesn't happen here doesn't mean it can't happen there. And it also shows the importance of paying attention to politics at the local level.
Yeah.
And it's something that we've talked a lot about on this show, and I think it's kind of a universal theme. Like, it almost the closer it is, the more it matters, and I'm sure you can speak on that. So
I totally agree. I mean, I say this as a state level elected official, so I'm a little bit biased, but I truly believe, local politics is where it's at in terms of things that are going to happen that are going to really impact your life more immediately. It's very easy just to get absorbed in national politics. I don't know, it's more shiny and all the different ways, but each state is able to do all of these big policies. I think we just had, for example, cannabis legislation is now filed and out there. Like, we do these things individually as states, and sometimes you see that momentum build, it becomes federal policy. That's all good. But, if you want to see something in your own backyard, you are much more likely to get traction if you reach out, to your local politicians, see what you can do in Dover, see what you can do in your municipality, in your county. You know, in Delaware, we're super accessible, I think, and we're eager to improve lives of Delawareans. And we don't experience the same complexity of a giant Congress with a million different points of view and all the tug of war that naturally comes with that. So we can really get things done. And, you know, this is very partisan, but I'm a Democrat, so I have to say this. We have supermajorities in both chambers right now, which means that as things that are part of our platform as Democrats, we are really working to advance them, and we have a lot of room to do that. And we are, you know, we're good, I think, at reaching across the aisle and having relationships with our Republican counterparts and all that good stuff you've got to do. But we're about getting things done for the Delawareans, and you know, that's why people should be paying attention to state politics.
Yes.
Last question. He said we can ask you one more question.
Yes, and
Go ahead. Have fun. I'm gonna have fun.
Okay, what is your favorite morning show to watch?
Hold on, let me think. It's Good Morning Wilmington.
That's right, it is.
Oh my, well, by golly, look at that.
Wait, how is it being a newlywed? How is it? Have you been enjoying it at all? Are we having fun here?
Yes.
Are you about to just disappear for a month? Like, whatever, I'm tired of all this legislation. I got a honeymoon to do. What's going on?
Well, I mean, I got to have a wonderful wedding with the best band in the universe. So I'm still kind of glowing off of that. John and I really still, you know, just in basking in that. So, and we're both really busy with work. So honestly, it was like straight back into it, but hopefully we'll have a honeymoon in August. Fingers crossed. Thank you for asking. Great.
We know you have an extremely busy schedule,
Yes.
and we thank you, Cousin Tizzy.
Thank you, Cousin Tizzy.
Thank you for your time, and please keep putting in that good work.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? We love everything you're doing.
Thank you for representing us well. Thank you, Senator Lockman, for joining us today. And now we have friend to the show, Sara Crawford, and a new friend of the show, Andre Wright, from the Original Color Collective. They are co-founders.
Welcome back, Sara.
We got celebrities
you.
in the building.
Thank you for having me again.
So, what is the Original Color Collective?
Who's gonna answer? So, little backstory. So, Andre asked me about shooting with Nadj. Surprisingly, a little while ago. That's really kind of how it started, and we just decided we were going to do, you know, a nice editorial shoot. You know, we're always working on our businesses and our portfolios, and from there, we started thinking about what was really happening right now in our current state of the world with minority businesses. You know, also as my role as WBC director, I'm always trying to find ways to make sure that we are helping our communities and helping our businesses. So what made sense was just to build an all-black team, which was stated in the news journal, and we are totally proud of that because, you know, we're not always able to do that. So it was a great opportunity to build, you know, that black team and to bring on minority-owned businesses to be a part of the editorial shoot. So I really feel like that's just kind of how, you know, the collective was born.
Okay. So how did you guys come up with the concept of the first shoot and then make way into what your series will be?
Well, definitely we wanted to have something like a diamond in the rough.
Okay.
I chose the laundromat because it was an ideal laundromat.
Oh, I was the diamond.
Yes, you was the
I was
diamond.
the diamond.
Yes.
Go ahead.
You was the diamond. You know, and we just wanted to have a stable laundromat that everyone, you know, went to. I remember going there growing up, washing my clothes. So it was
My dad used to go there.
Yeah. I did right down the street. You know
Mm-hmm.
what I mean? So it was just an ideal spot, and it just worked. You know, with your beautiful diamond self, and it just made it work. You know what I mean? And it was a beautiful location. Everything just worked well, and we was just very happy on the outcome.
Okay.
And yeah.
All right, so for my own clarification, trying to understand exactly what you guys did, it was basically the idea to take someone really pretty like Nadj and put them in like just a normal business space and make the place look cool. Was that the overall concept of what you guys are putting together?
Correct.
Okay.
And so what is the next installation going to look like? And what are your inspirations?
Well, next one's going to be at La Vie Cavalier at Hotel DuPont.
Ooh.
We will be doing that tomorrow.
Nice.
Yeah, we have a lovely model. I forget her name.
The bar chief.
Yes.
Yes,
The bar
there you
chief,
go.
Jasmine Onye.
Yes, she's no joke.
Yeah.
She's no joke.
That's her name, the bar chief?
Yeah, she's a.
She's been coined the bar chief.
Yeah.
They just did a
Okay.
write up with write up on her in the paper as well about the cool drinks and things that she makes. But before that, she used to do modeling. I actually know her. We used to work together at H&M. But her name is Jasmine Onye.
Cool.
Awesome.
Can you talk about the concept for that one, or are we going to just kind of wait till we see it?
Oh no, we need to make this a surprise.
Well, dang.
I
No,
know,
no, no,
right?
you're fine. You're fine. That's fine.
We gave you a little bit, you know.
Okay.
Hotel DuPont, you know, restaurant. It's going to be real elegant. you
Okay.
know.
So
It's gonna-
elegant is the word.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
I'll leave it at that.
It won't be as grungy as the laundromat. You know,
Okay.
this time is going to be beautiful, elegant, editorial type vibe.
They put you in the grungy place.
But she made it beautiful though. She
Like
made
that, Jay. Don't do her like that.
I love it.
Naja, don't let him do that. Don't let him do that.
Yo, you dirty. You dirty. Okay.
Naja's photos were just as equal.
Yeah,
and
it was
beautiful.
equal.
Stop
They made it to USA Today,
She had the
baby.
fox. She had the fox on. Remember the
I
fox?
did.
No,
Yeah,
My
the
parrot.
fox.
Did you ever find out what that was?
It's a fox. Yeah, it's
Oh,
fox.
it's fox?
It's fox.
I had on Fox, vintage Fox.
Yes.
As someone who is significantly impaired at understanding visual arts,
Significantly.
it was really cool even for me to be like, because it's like at a certain point, you know, art, you should just be able to get it. And I was like, I don't know exactly what the thought process was, but it just looked cool. You know what I'm
Right,
saying?
right,
right.
And it was well done. You know, that's all I could say.
And it
That pink
definitely, I think it shined a light on, so a lot of people, and I don't know if it's my age group, but a lot of people are like, we're going to do a shoot. And they don't think through what they're going to do. But from the top of the shoot to the end of the shoot, y'all had it planned out. Like the professionalism was out of this world. When I got to the laundromat, they was like, okay, we got the lights, we got this, we got this. We're going to move everybody to the side. They know we're going to be here. And I was like, oh, excuse me. Wow, Sarah had my outfits lined up and ready.
Well, what's weird is how, like, all of a sudden, every time she goes somewhere now, she wants to be in a shopping cart. You understand?
Oh, snap.
Like, it's like she goes up and down the hallways, and it's like, you need to push me down the hallway in the shopping cart, and I'm gonna be bright, and it's gonna be.
Oh man.
Well, we are so happy that we could highlight this series. I'm excited to see how many do you plan on doing?
So as of right now, we're going to be doing editorial shoots probably every quarter, but then in between, what we didn't talk about was we're adding another component to the collection, which is the art installation.
Okay.
So we'll be doing art shows in between.
Okay.
So even though we're shooting tomorrow, the first art installation be in June.
Okay.
So and then we'll go from there. So we'll be doing all year round. So it's not like it has an end date. It's evergreen.
Okay. I'm excited to see what you guys come up with, because what I had done to me,
It was great. It was great.
it was the bomb. All right, we woke everybody up. Everybody was
Great.
asleep, and then it was like, oh. So we're excited. Please keep us updated so we can be a part of it.
Absolutely.
Yes. And for our last question, Sarah,
Ma'am.
as a stylist, and Andre, as an artist yourself, talk to us about this shirt that Jay is wearing.
Why every time I come
I
here,
wasn't
we
mine. I
talking
was
about
gonna
his
ask you after the show. Like, what is that? Like, it looks very.
Thank you.
Very artsy. I
That
like
is
it.
the answer,
Yeah.
folks. Make sure you check out the original Color Collective. And you
Feel free to
support,
trash me because
No, I like it.
support. Except don't support this
Those are
shirt.
turtles, right? Turtles, right?
take it slow with the turtles, baby. That's
Hey,
take it slow.
part Nanaco Indian.
I am. You know what I'm saying?
He sound like he a part of the Silk Sonic.
You already know.
Oh, he do.
Mine
He sound like he part of the
There
Silk
you know. Turtle Clan, baby.
I don't want to tell him that because that's going to egg him on.
I can't.
I'm done.
You look
Make
like
my
you're a
day.
part of Silk Sonic.
Say it again. Oh.
Don't tell him that.
Oh, Lord.
Why'd you start that?
So, just really quickly, do you individually you have your own businesses? Do you have anything coming up that you'd like to promote as well? Sarah is so.
She's the time. Put
really
it out there.
is.
Boast.
Y'all know I'm always doing something. So
Always,
I don't
yes.
really have anything significantly coming up, but what I will say is that No Original is moving into a couple of different other spaces.
Okay.
So we're not, I have a lot of different skill sets. So I am, still working on the clothing side of things, but I'm actually moving in more into the marketing and PR side.
Okay.
So that's about all I have going on right now.
Okay. And Andre, we ran into each other a couple Fridays ago when you were doing a shoot for
Delaware Today.
Yes, with Randall Law.
Yes.
Right?
Yep.
So have you been receiving an influx of requests for photos now?
Yes.
Nice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thanks to God, thanks to the man upstairs.
Yeah.
Blessings definitely kept me going through this whole COVID, thing. And basically, I'm just happy. I'm blessed,
Yeah.
and definitely got 2 magazines spreads coming out, commercials. So just be on the look.
Wow.
Color of Life at me at Color of Life or Color of Life branding. And yeah, stay tuned. Get your goobers and popcorn ready.
Well, thank you both. I'm excited for the collaboration, and we wish you nothing but the best.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Blessings.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are here on Good Morning Wilmington with the great comedian, Tommy Davidson. Thank you for being here.
Thanks for having me, man. Thanks for having me.
How is Delaware?
You just
First
probably got you
time?
one of them shirts.
Yo, you can have one of them.
No.
What you need? You got it, bro. You know what I'm saying? 100%. So is this your first time in Delaware?
No, I've been here before. I've been in Wilmington years and years ago.
Okay.
And moved over,
This is a
But I
past
hadn't been here. I haven't been here in maybe 50 years.
Okay. Welcome back.
Yeah, thank you, man. Thank
So
you.
what's the connection here with House of Laughs? We're so glad to have someone big like you here.
Listen, the guy just started his club.
Yes.
He contacted us.
Dundee.
And he's a good guy.
Yeah.
I have jokes. We'll travel. It's COVID. Everybody has been locked basically in their house.
Yeah.
Right.
Everybody's going through the tragedies that
Mm-hmm.
and we black folks,
Yes.
have been going through some turbulence.
Yeah.
So anytime I have a chance to get out here, represent some stability, because we're stable.
Yeah.
Black folks are stable. You know what I mean? Yeah, we've been through all that, so ain't nothing going on. Right?
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And they're here too.
Yeah.
So I came.
Thank you for
Thank
being
you.
here.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
So how has it been since things have started? For how long did you have to take off since COVID started? Did you get right back into it? Did you take a break? How's it been?
I did my last show on Saturday night. Then Sunday we get the airplane, and that's when it hit.
Wow.
So that was in March. So I think it was probably about May that I started going back out to the clubs because I got a good relationship with all the club owners around the country.
Of course.
And they were like eating it. They weren't making no money.
Wow.
Right.
They were like going down since I've been going there before in living color.
Mm-hmm.
And I had a relationship with them. I started going to the clubs. And that's when things were locked down, maybe 30, 40 people per show. People had plastic stuff put all around and all the safety stuff
Yeah.
was really all. So I did that since then. It's been loosening up since then.
Great.
Last question, 'cause we know you have a busy night. Instagram comedians.
I don't know any.
But how do you feel about them? Are you a fan of them? Are you like, do you
It's a
have
totally
advice?
different thing.
Yeah.
I come from a whole nother thing.
Because now a lot of them are doing stand-up.
Yeah, a lot of them are doing stand-up and they got their audiences too.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it's not something I really understand.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Because I was in Atlanta, and I guess some Instagram comedians came. And they asked me to leave my dressing room to let them come in. Which I don't mind.
Thank you.
I don't mind that. It's just that when I came back in to get my sweater, they was acting like they was,
Wow.
Well, let us know where we got to
like,
go.
yeah,
We about
yeah,
to
like,
roll
I
up.
was like, okay. So they had a packed house.
Okay.
But I didn't know who they were. And I was like, who are they? And the waitress, they Instagram comedians. So I was like, okay, cool. So I looked at the audience. And I was like, this is something. So I went out and walked to the mic and everybody's like, yeah. And then I walked back out. I was like, oh, okay. Because it's two different worlds.
Yes.
Yeah. Now when they got up there, it was funny to everybody else, but it wasn't funny to me.
Of course.
But laughter is like subjective. It's, But they weren't doing stand-up. They were doing comedy, but they were sitting in a chair. So they'd come in and they would sit in a chair, but green mice in Mars. You know what I'm saying? Everybody would like start laughing, but I think it's because they talk and they have inside jokes.
Yeah.
And it's from being on that phone. See, my comedy isn't on the phone.
On
Here,
my
my comedy. No, they're in the phone.
Yes.
So everything is in the phone. So, you know, everybody that's in here is at the show. You see what I'm saying? I put this here, and everybody outside of the phone comes to my show. You see what I'm saying?
Big difference.
But it's a lot of people in here. You know, it's
Yeah.
a lot of people, so there can be a lot of followers.
Yeah.
You know, that a person can have 2 million followers, stuff like that.
Yeah.
You know, and if you get $1 from each of them, you know, that'll be $2 million. You know what I mean? But if you ask those 2 million people for $1, you ain't gonna get one. So it's just a different thing.
Is there anything you want to let the people know that you have going on, coming up, or what should we know about the...
Oh, it's on and cracking.
Okay.
It's on and cracking.
On and cracking. I
It's
love
on
it.
It's on and
All right.
cracking, man. I just formed a new company, so I'm now doing international
Congratulations.
content. Yeah. So I'm doing movies, movies, TV. I'm doing whatever I want to do, music. But I'm not just doing it in this country. I'm doing it around.
As you should be.
Yeah, I mean, as we all should be, because like we're not outside of humanity. We're a part of humanity. We got a big old continent that's all of our own. You know, and they call it a poor continent because they've taken everything out of it for free and they had to pay for it, including our black ass. So now's the time for me to take advantage of the scholarship that my great-grandmother put me on with her faith. So I'm here to do business with the world, you see. And it's going pretty good. Me and Martin are working on projects. You know, my company has already started rolling. I got a book, Tommy Davidson, Living in Color. It's out.
Tommy Davis,
Spread
yes.
the word.
Yes, that's what we're trying to do.
Yeah, spread the word. I did an audio book. I'm doing it myself.
I love it.
You know, yeah, it's me doing it. You know, and just a lot of projects and performing around. You know, but mainly just have a lot of gratitude and just want to get out here and do what I can. You know, for all of us. You know, I'm blessed. I'm a blessed man.
You have
Well,
blessed
we are
Delaware.
blessed. I know,
We
right?
thank you for coming.
Thank you guys. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
All right, guys. We here. We done made it. We done
Take that.
made it.
Thanks again to the Original Color Collective. That was super cool. Looking forward to what you guys have coming up. And yeah, what a great show today. That was fun. We got to talk about some good stuff, some fun stuff, some serious stuff with the minimum wage, but we didn't talk about the fact
You got
that
something on your beard.
That's
and it's
fine.
driving me crazy.
That's okay,
All right.
but we didn't get to talk about the fact that we are now officially on TV downstate.
Downstate. We downstate, middle state, upstate. We all around, baby. Stay whack. Stay whack.
Kent County, Sussex County, we are now
They was
on
playing
TV.
us at Planet Fitness when people was getting their workout on.
I'm excited.
I just want to take this time to thank my mama for giving me this face and my daddy for being there.
So, what's your experience downstate? How much time do you go down there? What kind of stuff do you do? What do you like to do?
Well, my dad was in the military, in the Air Force, so I was born on the Air Force base.
Oh, wow.
And then he
So
was...
you were born in Dover?
Yep.
Okay,
I was born in
awesome.
Dover.
Yeah.
And I lived down there when I went to Del State for 1 year. And my father was stationed down there when he was in the reserves. So we were there every weekend when I was in high school, pretty much. Loved the beaches. I bought my first car from Milton, Delaware.
Yeah.
From this guy who had a farm and it smelled like horse manure.
Yeah, absolutely.
For the first like 6 months. So I have a beautiful relationship with Lower Delaware. Oh, I also love Killen's Pond.
Yes.
I've done the concert series that they have at the state parks down there.
Absolutely.
So yeah, I love going downstate.
Yeah, I mean, listen, so on several different levels. So, you know, we've talked about it before, and I don't mean to dwell on it, but with the turtles, I have, you know, I'm certainly, I have Nanticoke ties. I'm part Nanticoke, however you want to put it. And I learned how to drive downstate in Lewis. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, me too. My dad taught me how to drive in Dover.
I shot a shotgun for the first time at some cans, and all in the same driveway. I learned how to drive, shoot a shotgun. You know, my family, like, if you want to talk about the streets as a family, like, we are from Sussex County. My wife's from Harrington, you know, so I have a lot of ties down there, and I love the fact that, you know, my family and friends, south of Newcastle County will have access to the show, or more access to the show.
Right.
So it's great. And
it is, and we want to come down there. We want to be a part of the community in Lower Delaware. So tell us where you want us to go. Tell us what you want us to highlight. I know for a fact I want to visit my friend's restaurant, the B&L. He always posts these delicious meals, and I'm like, I got to go.
Yeah.
We got to go visit Del State, of course.
Yeah.
We have to go to the state building down there. Like, there's so much to do.
And of course, the beach. Yeah. And our beaches are fantastic. You know what I'm saying?
They really are.
They really are.
Oh gosh, so many memories. I can't wait.
Yeah.
And maybe we'll go camping.
Camping. All of the things.
Glamping.
Whatever works for you. But there's
I need
plenty of
running
good
water,
camping down there.
I need heat. I need active lights, electricity, possibly an indoor pool. You know what? Let's just go down there. Y'all go camping. I'll be at the hotel when everything's over.
I've been camping a couple of times, and so I can hack it if I have to, but I'll be perfectly honest. Like, I can be out there all day and late into the night, but when it's time to sleep, I want to be in a normal bed.
I'll be out there for a couple hours, but then
No,
I
I
need a real shower that's been cleaned with
I
the white
understand.
towels.
There's nothing wrong with
And a
that.
key entry.
Mm-hmm.
I need to hear someone else's TV next to me.
I just would
I
like
need
to.
Netflix.
Right.
Matter of fact, forget the camping. Never mind. We just gonna go visit the park real quick, and then we go to the hotel. We good.
But wait, you said before that you've been fishing before.
I have.
Okay, so.
I'll go fishing.
Okay, but that's something
I
that.
did not hook the bait myself.
But you'll go out there and.
Yeah. Wait, how you?
I don't know. I've never been fishing before, which is embarrassing.
What?
It's bad. Like, and that's part of my point about making sure. Listen, in so many ways, I am absolutely owning the fact that I am your stereotypical, city slicker who doesn't know anything outside of city life. You know what I mean?
Let's pause right there.
Sure.
This man just said city slicker.
Exactly.
That's everything we need to know.
Yeah.
So downstate.
Yeah. Show
I'm
me
mad
the
you
way.
said that.
But the thing is this, I own it, and I really, really want for this show to play a role in bridging gaps in general.
Yes,
you know what I'm saying?
yes.
So it's Good Morning Wilmington, but this show is for the whole state.
We
So-
about to be Good Morning Delaware
We about to
soon.
be- you
okay,
know,
like it's statewide, baby.
So comment and tell us where we should come to
Yes.
down there.
Send
to,
us
you know?
everything.
It is a different
All the
culture,
places.
and I love different cultures.
Yes.
So show us what you got going on.
And Dover has great sushi. I
Oh,
have to
where?
add.
Shout them out if you know the place.
I don't know the names. I just know where they are.
Okay,
Because
okay.
my dad used to take us.
Cool.
But they got really good sushi.
Well, they have really good driving, like Route 9 all the way down for me. That's one of my
It's
things.
beautiful. It's
Mhm.
beautiful. Oh, and on Saturdays when it gets warmer, everybody has a yard sale. Everybody. I swear, everybody and their mama. So
I can
if
dig
you
that.
looking for some stuff for cheap, go ahead on down. It starts in Smyrna and it just goes up the line, and literally
Yeah.
it's a house yard sale everywhere.
We got to do like an eating tour of
We're-
the whole state
speaking
from north
of
to
eating
south. So
tours,
tell us about yeah.
National Cheese Steak Day.
That was last Thursday.
I thought it was Wednesday.
Oh, was
One
it
of them
Wednesday?
days.
Okay.
One of the days of a week.
Yeah.
Okay. But there was a list on Delaware Online that had the top 10 places in Delaware you could get a cheesesteak. Number 1 was Tender Bones Rib Shack and Bear.
Now,
My mom lives right near there, and I want to go.
I have been. The cheesesteaks
Does
are
it deserve number 1?
and like it's all subjective, but their cheesesteak is fantastic. Period.
Okay.
Their fried fish is fantastic. Like you have to go there.
I'm
so
hungry.
yeah. Like I've been. I'm not trying to flex here, but like when I first went down to Morehouse, one of the things that we did every year is we would go from Atlanta to this small city. I think it was Hampton, Georgia, and we would go to this old black church where they had the loose floorboards and you stomped, and it was, and we would have the fish fry down there, the real,
Lord.
and that was some really good fried fish. And I'm just saying that Tender Bones is at that level of authenticity and quality and taste and all that good stuff. So
Okay.
it's a place that you got to try out. So they deserve whatever they got.
All right. Well, number
Yeah.
2 was Ianani's. I never knew how to pronounce that. Ianani's. Specialty sandwiches in Newcastle.
Okay.
Say it. How you say it?
I don't know. I don't think I've ever been there, to be honest. I've never been there. So, yeah. But congratulations to your establishment.
Congratulations. We got Main Street Market in Smyrna, Little Italy Pizzeria in Townsend.
I love Claymont
We
Steak
got
Shop.
somewhere in Seaford. Like, there's a whole bunch of places. Please go check out this article. We doing a food tour, baby.
Yeah.
I'm hungry.
Yeah,
We
this-
shouldn't talk about this before
getting it
eating
before.
because now all I want for lunch is a cheesesteak.
Listen,
And I like Claymont steaks.
I love Claymont Steaks.
I love
we
them.
go there often. My kids like that place. You
Yeah.
know, we get the mushrooms and a little cheese on there, and
I can't do the mushrooms.
okay, that's fine. I understand.
Because
Whatever
they use
works.
canned.
Oh, you're one of those kinds
I'm
of people.
cheesesteak bougie.
When you recognize that it's a canned mushroom.
I can taste the difference.
Yeah. Okay. Great. Whatever works for you.
This
I'm not
coming
here to
from the
knock
man
you.
who called himself a city slicker.
I admit it. Like I just try to own certain parts about myself. Like and as much as like I've been hunting before. I would go hunting again. I want to get into more hunting, quite frankly, for a lot of different reasons. You eat cheesesteak, right? So you do. Okay, yeah. So I'm open to all of that culture, you know, and it's part of my culture that I'm not tied to. When I was a kid, because my grandfather, he's Nanticoke, he lived in the city. He moved from Lewis to the city to be with my grandmother and worked as a post office. But like, you know, I remember, and I don't think about it, I didn't really appreciate it then, but he had a full garden in his backyard in the middle of the city. And he
I'm going to have mine.
and yeah, and he worked that garden and showed me, and he knew all of those things. He was a farmer, and he was a hunter, and he could do all that stuff. And, you know, for a lot of different reasons, I'm not going to make fun of you right now, Dad, but it didn't get passed down. And so
Because your dad was busy running Delaware, okay?
well, not as a kid.
No,
he
no,
was
but
running
as
Delaware
an
crazy
adult,
at that age. Let's be honest.
And so are you. Wow.
Absolutely.
Look at the similarities.
It is what it is. You know
Well,
what
I'm
I mean?
excited. Outside's opening back up. Vaccines is being distributed. So that means we're going to be eating out soon because, you know, Jay's still leery about the COVIDs. So we're going to be outside at your establishments. And we want y'all to tell us where we should eat. Because I'm ready. I'm ready to gain this weight. I'm ready for my hot mama summer. See, I'm the reverse. I want the weight.
You want the weight.
Well, I want the swole. I definitely want the swole, bro, but it's got to be the right kind of weight. You know what I'm saying? It's got to be swolio.
He knows exactly how to do this every time we end the show. Just make it completely.
Anybody in the mood for some beef?
Sorry.
Thank you for watching. I apologize so deeply. We'll see y'all.